Hi, everyone. My name is Diane Crecelius. I'm a physical therapist and an owner of ABC Pediatric Therapy in Ohio. I want to talk about all the things you should be communicating, the platforms you should have for communication throughout the year. First and foremost, I highly recommend these things. We call them one-on-one meetings. And, some people we have them weekly. Some people it doesn't have to be but monthly or every other month. It depends on the teammate, right? And their wants and needs. So we don't do cookie cutter and everybody gets a weekly meeting. It's based on what the teams need. It's based on how much experience maybe they have, or you can have 20 years experience and still be on a weekly one-on-one because maybe you're one of those really vocal person and you really need a lot of touching and you need a lot of validation and you need a lot of extra clarity. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You've got those teammates. So you need to determine who needs those extra touches, who needs that extra validation, the extra, how are things going, really needs to be cared for a little extra. And you determine how often do these meetings happen. This culture that we're employing right now, they're a feeling culture, which isn't a bad thing, but we just have to learn to appreciate their level of feeling, right? Their level of emotion, their level of needing to be cared for, and meet them where they are. And if you do that, if you have the time and the mental bandwidth of your leadership team to meet them where they are, you'll create retention. And that's what we're all striving for. Because I don't have to tell you that to lose a teammate stinks, right? It's an emotional void for the team. Sometimes it's good news, but for the most part, it's a void. And it's super expensive to go out there and find another teammate and train them up. So what we want to do is we want to pick the right ones the first time. We all try to do that, of course. And then we want to hang on to these people. And the way we do that definitely is by caring for them. So you have to define your level of care based on each individual. So you definitely want to have consistent one-on-one meetings throughout the year. So write that down and define that for each teammate. What is that frequency based on the teammate? Okay, it's not cookie cutter, but you've got to give them a voice, an opportunity to share. Because if you don't create these opportunities, people get so busy that they get caught up in their head. One bad thing's happened, tips them over to the edge, you get a resignation, right? So if you have these platforms of sharing communication, these opportunities that you don't cancel and reschedule all the time, they're important. And you sit down with teammates, you're gonna have this consistent exchange of information, exchange of emotion. How are things going? And we actually train our leaders on this coaching mentality, right? Lots of open-ended questions. Tell me about how things are going for you, and then zip it and do lots of listening. Tell me more. What else? So don't talk just to hear yourself talk, but do a lot of listening and probing. What else? Tell me more. What else? Tell me two more things. Just get them to spill. And then when they stop talking, be quiet a little bit and say, I just want you to really think and share more and be quiet and make them think on it and make them feel uncomfortable in the silence and say, well, and they'll share more, right? You've got to really find out how things are going for them so that you can work with them to get these things handled. And you want to always ask them, what do you think we should do about that? That is my infamous saying. I'm sure I'm a little person on my team's shoulder just constantly saying, what do you think we should do about it? Tap into the team for their solutions. And you want to hear what they think you should do about it, because that's where their complaints come from, that they think it should be different than how it is. So ask your team to use their voice, use their problem solving, and come up with solutions, and make it not okay as part of your culture that they say, I don't know. Well, I might not know either. So let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm. Let's problem solve together. And maybe we'll find that right now we're doing it just the best way we know how, but we'll keep thinking on it. And if you come up with another solution, then we'll try that. And that in itself can dissolve the emotion around a situation, right? Is put the problem solving back on the teammate.